What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feel so.
What's up, guys? So listen, I wanted to talk about this and I'm going to share this video. Actually, one of my honest beauties shared this with me, so I want to share it with you in case you did not know. So we all know that TGIF, that actually was Foxhole, not just on Foxhole, but I feel like was Foxhole, was disintegrated last year, or around maybe a couple of months from now will be a year. And prior to that, Funky Dineva was on the show and he left it. And in my personal opinion, I feel like he sabotaged the show. Now, I did a few commentaries talking about it, and I've said that I felt like they made a mistake by not getting him on a non-compete and non-disclosure agreement. Apparently, he wasn't on one, because if he was, they would have sued his ass. But I digress. They got him. They had him on there, and he definitely was a large reason why the show was getting the views and the followers and all of that that it got at the time. So when he left, he pretty much took most of it with him. And in my personal opinion, and I said this before, I didn't like the way it was done, because he blasted them, he blasted Claudia. I feel like he sabotaged Al Reynolds. I mean, Al Reynolds is messy too, but the fact that he didn't put it on mute, like when he was live and he got the call from Al Reynolds, he could have put it on mute. He didn't have to. So, all of the stuff about, I just feel that he sabotaged the show. I felt like he didn't like the fact that they brought Flame Monroe on there to be a guest co-host. That's one of the reasons why he got mad at Tasha K. He can be real petty. I know a lot of people love to give him a lot of credit for things. And I said this also before, that I'm not saying he doesn't have any sort of intelligence or talent, but the honest truth of the matter is he got lucky. It really was for him. The growth that he has had on YouTube, it really was more like the lottery than because of his skills and experience and talent and all of that. But feel free to disagree. I don't care. These are my thoughts, my views, and my opinions, and I'm just saying it how I see it. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, because I haven't even watched this yet, but someone shared it with me, one of my honest beauties. So I'm going to share it with you. So let's share the screen and we will get into this video. And yeah.
My words. Number one, me and Raw Ali have one of those raw chemistries together that are just lightning in a bottle. The same way me, Al, and Claudia have lightning in a bottle. And let me go ahead and say this. Since this nigga got my head all wide open, I'm feeling real vulnerable. I am not remotely operating in my ego right now, and I'm just telling the 100% truth. I want to get the band back together. Okay? The band. I want to get me, Claudia Jordan, and Al Reynolds back together. I feel like a failure in the sense that I watched too many episodes of Unsung and saw how ego caused groups that could have gone far to fall apart. And I always vowed to myself that that would never be me.
That would never be you, but yet, yeah, your ego.
And I fucked around and I allowed it to be me. Outside of what some of our personal issues were, I think that ego was the driving force in TGIF collapsing.
Your ego. There you go. Don't say, I think ego. No, whose ego? Let's put a name on it, because it was his ego.
From the cast perspective. Now, from the corporate perspective, them white folks trap me about my money, and that's a whole nother conversation. But when the time is right, and I'm just putting it out there, I haven't talked to Al in a while. I haven't talked to Claudia in a while. I don't know where they are. I don't know if those two would ever be willing to work with each other again, considering the way that things out. But I'm just putting this out loud, considering the fact that me, Al Reynolds, and Claudia Jordan had lightning in a bottle. I would 100% be open to a situation where all three of us walk into a network or a collaboration with the understanding that nobody is higher than the other person. Nobody is in charge. We are all getting paid equally, and let's get to work. Claudia Jordan and Al Reynolds, my agent Tracy Christian, is ready to pitch the show to any one of them networks whenever the fuck y'all hoes ready to get it together and get on.
See how disrespectful he is? And so that, oh my God. Like, who the F do you think you are talking about people like that? I mean, I guess some people will do anything for money. I'm not saying that Claudia or Al would. I don't know that. I'm just saying, I guess some people would do anything for money. So you can take that disrespect and just take it on the chin as long as you're getting your paper and you're cashing your checks and you're driving what you want to drive and living in what you want to live in. But I feel like integrity has a cost that some people are willing to, cash in for the sake of not having any. Because I don't see how anybody could go back to that, especially the way he did them.
On the same goddamn page. Let's not let ego and attitude keep us from the damn money. Here is the deal I am proposing. Neither one of us are in charge. Neither one of us are executive producers, or we're
See the arrogance about him? Like, let's continue.
all executive producers. Everybody walk in with their ego and their pride to the side.
You are the one that has it for the most part. Yeah, Al definitely had it. And I'm not saying that Claudia didn't have her fair share of it also. But I do believe that Claudia had a reason. Like Beyonce said, a reason she could back it up. She was the one that had the idea for the show. Now, some people could say, and I somewhat agree with it, that it was an idea that was somewhat borrowed from or stolen, taken, inspired by, however you want to phrase it, from Lanithia Nene Leakes when she did her reading room, a read session, whatever that was supposed to be called too, with the gay guys and the female lead host. But he is already just coming off extremely arrogant in the first place.
Everybody got separate dressing rooms. Nobody is friends outside of the show. We do the goddamn show and get to the money. Now, we just throwing it out there. I'm open to it. Y'all need to figure out y'all shit, because one thing I'm not going to do, and part of the reason why I left is because y'all was fighting too much. Y'all figure y'all shit out. I can have Tracy do what it do. I knew We TV was looking for a show. We can make it do what it do. We can even go back around there to where we can't go back around there where we left. But I'm vulnerable right now because this nigga got me. RLF got me vulnerable right now. Now is the perfect time for y'all to ask me whatever y'all want to ask me, because this nigga got my nose so far up in the clouds, you might get the answer. Somebody said, did you figure things out with Claudia? I don't have nothing to figure out with Claudia. Me and Claudia got it the most in terms of, girl, we here at work. Me and Claudia got it the most. Me and Claudia never had a previous friendship before the show. It was her and Al that had a deep friendship, whatever the case may be.
But that's the thing. Yeah, people work together that don't really care for each other or not friends. That is absolutely true. But how in the world, if Claudia did this, I really would lose any respect for her that I did have, because the way he went off on her after he left, it was personal to him. So it's like the audacity.
Nevertheless, let me tell you something. I'm open to all opportunities.
Yeah, you need that money.
Don't get me wrong. I'm still going to have my solo shit going on. I got my studio being built in the commercial space. But if the right situation falls in place, there is nothing stopping me from going back to work with Al and Claudia. And I don't need nobody to twist this. Please, I don't need no blog. No, that's not what it is. What I'm saying is I've matured, I'm getting older, and I realize that at the end of the day, get to the money. And if we got to put parameters in place that go, we ain't friends, we don't talk to each other, we simply do the damn show and go on about our business to get to the multi-million-dollar bag, then let's get to the bag.
All right. So listen, guys, I want to know what you all think about that, because to me, I'm not saying that he's broke. I'm definitely not saying that. But for what he walked away from, and he could have built from that if it was, if it wasn't that bad. I feel that the way he left and how he sabotaged the show, he could say all of these things now about it ain't nothing personal. This is just business. We ain't got to be friends outside of it or whatever. But he said that he and Al are, right, are like friends, right? That's what he said before. And he said he don't like Claudia Jordan, and he blasted her when he left. He sabotaged the show, and yeah, they still tried to keep it going, and other things happened, and it just like was totally obliterated after he left. But he played a hand in that too. Okay, so why would she trust him that he would not, on Mad Day or going through whatever he's going through at the moment, that he would not sabotage whatever else that they created again together? I just wouldn't trust it. But listen, times are hard. And so I get it. And so I just don't know. But I can't even say that I'm surprised. I'm not. Because to me, I haven't watched any of the episodes, but I've seen where, what's his face? Carlos and Dustin Ross have been doing reality show reviews with Claudia Jordan, and it's a 3 panel thing. My personal opinion, and just based off of one of my favorite content creators that I do follow, and I'm gonna name his name, Alexander Rogers. Alexander Rogers, he said he had been pitched to be on TGIF on Fox Soul as well. Funky Dineva still has a gripe with Alexander Rogers because Alexander Rogers ethered him back in the day, where he roasted him about that lawsuit. And if you don't know about that, the video is not up on his channel anymore, but you might be able to find that roast somewhere on somebody else's YouTube channel. But with that being said, to this day, that was years ago. That was years ago. I don't even know how many years ago it was, but it was definitely over a decade. Funky Dineva still has a grudge against Alexander Rogers for that. And he would not allow Alexander Rogers to be a part of TGIF on Fox Soul. And then Alexander Rogers did some stuff on Dr. Heavenly's YouTube channel called Taco Tuesdays. Funky Dineva is friends with Dr. Heavenly. When he found out about it, now he couldn't stop Dr. Heavenly from doing it, but he suggested meaning Funky Dineva, and Dr. Heavenly do something together on the same night, trying to sabotage Alexander Rogers. And as much as I don't like Dr. Heavenly, Alexander did admit that she told him, no, I can't do that because I've already got this commitment with Alexander Rogers where we're doing this on Tuesday nights. So, no, I can't do it. But I feel like the only reason why Funky Dineva tried that was because he was trying to sabotage Alexander Rogers. So now he sees Claudia doing something with Carlos King and Dustin Ross. Carlos is apparently his friend. So now it's like, well, let me see if we can get the band back together. I wouldn't trust Funky Dineva as far as I could throw his funky ass, but that's just me. So I find it hypocritical. These are my thoughts, my views, and my opinions, but I feel that it is a lot of nerve on his behalf to talk about them getting back together, doing something again, the 3 of them, after he left the way that he did and started going live the same time every night. And he was not somebody that was even going live on his channel before. I think in the past he may have only gone live maybe, I would say, less than 5 times. He usually does or did pre-recorded content. So to directly compete with these people when you knew what you brought to that show, when they still had to be there, it would hurt them, possibly affect them and maybe their jobs. You did that. I would never do anything with him again. But that's just me. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking and subbing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.